Hello, everybody, and welcome to All Things Awareness. My name is AQ. In today's topic, we're going to see how decisions made thousands of kilometers away in the US ended up costing South Africans their jobs and businesses. When Donald Trump became president, he promised to protect American jobs. One of his biggest moves was to slap heavy tariffs on imports, especially steel and aluminium. It was called the America First policy, but for countries like South Africa, it felt more like America only. Let's take a moment and define what a tariff is. A tariff is basically a tax on imports. When a country charges extra money for goods coming in, it makes them more expensive. Here's the thing. South Africa produces world-class steel. Big companies like Accelera Metal SA and Hulamin Aluminium were exporting to America, helping fuel thousands of local jobs. But suddenly, with Trump's new tariffs, our products became way more expensive for US companies. Overnight, some buyers just canceled their contracts. You can just imagine the devastation. Imagine being a worker at a steel plant. One day you're busy with orders, the next machines are standing still. Shifts get cut, bonuses disappear, some factories even closed down. But it wasn't just steel and aluminium that got impacted. The tariffs triggered a much bigger fight, a global trade war. China hit back with their own tariffs, other countries got involved. Suddenly, the whole world's trade started slowing down. And that's bad news for South Africa because a huge chunk of our economy depends on exporting goods. Think about it. When fewer people buy our platinum, cars, wines, fruits, etc., there's less money flowing into our country, into our economy. Less money means less business investment. Less business investment means fewer jobs. And unemployment in South Africa was already a crisis even before all of this. It gets worse though. When investors feel global uncertainty, they pull their money out of risky markets that crushes the rand. And the weak rand hits you directly. Petrol prices increases, groceries cost more, everything becomes more expensive even if you never worked in a factory. So, even if you had nothing to do with steel or aluminium, Trump's trade war still hit your pocket here in Mzansi. But it's not all doom and gloom. South African industries have learned hard lessons. There's now a bigger push to diversify, finding new trading partners in Asia, Africa, and Europe instead of relying so heavily on the US. In fact, deals like the African Continental Free Trade Area could open up massive new markets right here in our continent, meaning we won't be at the mercy of a foreign president's tweet again. So what's the big takeaway? South Africa's economy South Africa's economy is deeply connected to the rest of the world, and when major powers fight, it's ordinary people here at home who feel the real pain. But with smart trade strategies, we can build a future that's more resilient and less dependent on anyone else. Thank you for watching. If you find this content helpful, please like and subscribe. But I would like to leave you with a question. Where do you think South Africa should look for new trade opportunities? Thank you so much for watching. Once again, my name is AQ. I'll be reading your comments. See you at the comment section. Goodbye.